Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really plunging into a field that's, well, absolutely critical for anyone in the markets. We're talking about trading psychology.
hmm
And for those of you familiar, it's not just crunching numbers or reading charts.
Not at all.
It's that deeper mental and emotional discipline. That's what really makes the difference, especially in, how volatile trading can be. Our guide for this deep dive is a really insightful source. The Trader's Mind, Mastering Market Psychology.
Right.
You're basically pulling out the core ideas from this book to see what really sets apart those consistently profitable traders.
What's really striking, I think, is how the source immediately zeroes in on those, silent saboteurs in trading.
Which are?
Aren't emotions.
Yeah.
It makes it super clear that things like fear and greed, even impatience, they're just feelings.
Okay.
They're direct triggers for some really, really poor decisions. The book shows how these emotions lead to common mistakes like, holding on to losing trades way too long because you hope it'll turn around.
Or cutting winners too short.
Exactly. Cutting winners short because you're afraid the market will reverse. But mastering your mindset, that unlocks the essential traits.
Which are?
Consistency, solid risk control, and that crucial resilience.
That's a really powerful point. So for you listening, this means understanding how these specific emotions actually show up in your own trading. I mean, the book talks about things like loss aversion, right? Where losing feels, twice as bad as winning the same amount?
Yeah, it's a strong bias. And it makes traders ignore their own stop losses sometimes.
Right, or that anchoring bias, where you get stuck on an initial price even when the market's telling you something different.
Exactly.
So building up that discipline to manage these emotional reactions, to stay objective and really stick to your plan, that's the real game changer.
It absolutely is.
It's what separates the winning traders from those just reacting impulsively, thinking short term.
And it's not just saying control your emotions. The source gives you frameworks for actually managing them actively.
Like what?
Well, beyond just emotional control, it really pushes this process over outcome mindset.
Okay, process over outcome. What does that mean in practice?
It means shifting your focus. So instead of obsessing over the profit or loss of one trade,
Yeah.
you focus on consistently executing your strategy, the one you've researched. For instance, instead of getting down about a losing streak.
Which is easy to do.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The book suggests reviewing your process. Did you follow your rules? Was the setup valid according to your plan?
I see.
If the process was sound, then even a loss is just part of the probabilities of trading. It's not a personal failure that makes you want to, revenge trade.
That shift sounds incredibly valuable. It feels much more practical than just being told, be disciplined.
Right.
These are actual mental models you can use, and the book really stresses that resilience isn't about never losing.
No, definitely not. Impossible.
It's about how you recover from those losses without letting them completely wreck your strategy. It shows how top traders see drawdowns as, data.
Exactly. Data points to maybe tweak their approach, not throw the whole thing out in frustration.
Okay.
And it also brings up something it calls psychological capital.
Psychological capital.
Yeah, it's not just your mood, but your actual mental energy, your bandwidth. Things like over trading or chasing every little move or just constantly checking prices that drains this capital. And when you're fatigued, you're way more likely to fall prey to those emotional biases we talked about.
Makes sense. Like being tired makes you grumpy and more likely to snap.
Pretty much. So the book really advocates for taking breaks, doing regular self-checks, and respecting your mental limits just as much as your financial ones.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, the key thing we're pulling from the Trader's Mind, it seems pretty clear. The real edge in trading isn't just about knowing more about the market or having faster tech.
Yeah.
It's really about internal mastery, isn't it? Mastering your own mind, your emotions.
Precisely.
It's about building specific traits and sticking to a system even when the market feels chaotic.
And maybe, just to leave you with a thought, if mastering your mindset is what leads to consistency, risk control, and resilience in something as wild as trading,
Yeah.
what important question does that raise about how you approach discipline and emotional control in other parts of your life? Maybe the less obvious ones.